Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Wanted to update you guys. It's been a minute since we've been vlogging. The shop's just been running, dude. So shirts are stacked up. It's been a good day of printing. And finally, we're able to give you a JZX update. And we have Adrian here to walk us through it. Go for it, Adrian.
Besides all the work we've done to the car,
Screenshot.
we made it look pretty and we cleaned it. So we cleaned a lot of the front and basically everything that was leaking oil. This valve cover gasket was leaking so much that it got over everything. So we spent a good amount of time cleaning up all the oil leaks. But when Nate bought the car, I have its initial issues, which was it hit boost in park, but it didn't in drive. It did not shift out of first gear, so we thought it was in like sort of a limp mode. It had a huge oil leak in the spark plug valley. Then when we pulled the spark plugs, it was also in oil. So we cleaned all that up, put new spark plugs in it, of course. But we cleaned all that. We cleaned up. There was an oil leak in the front too. So the cam gears were leaking oil. And the front main seal was leaking oil. Getting all over the pan, all over everything. It was so gross to work on. And then we also realized that the tach and the speedometer didn't work. And also with the transmission pan leak. That thing was leaking maybe one drop every 2 minutes. So it was a pretty major leak.
Yes, exactly. So like Adrian said, we had a lot of things leaking. It was super kind of messy and dirty, and we really wanted to clean it up. And we replaced a few sensors in hopes that it comes out of limp mode, which it was in. So last time I think you guys seen it, me and Brandon took it around the block. Everything was doing okay, like the motor sounds good, but for whatever reason it wasn't like getting into boost or having any balls. So from there, Adrian did a freaking awesome job at really cleaning things up and making sure it doesn't leak. And I think we're at the point now of restarting it and trying to like burp the radiator because we kind of pulled all of this apart as Adrian was in the front of house here kind of doing all those seals. But as you guys can see just in general, look how clean everything looks, man. These boys did a great job. And then obviously Scott with the valve covers, or shit, am I saying that right?
Yeah, valve covers.
Valve covers. And then we have a clear cam gear case on order.
Yep.
Right?
That should be here end of November.
So that'll be on order because it'd be really cool to obviously keep the aesthetics here and not cover that up. But yeah, and then as far as physically, we haven't done anything yet. Obviously the BC coilovers got installed. We still want to adjust some ride heights. Exactly, Adrian's on it. We got some acceleras for the dailies. So I think it's something like, what do we got? We got mine, Austin's, and yours?
No, yours, mine, and Austin.
There we go. So we got Austin over here. We got Adrian, some dailies, and myself, some dailies. So upgrades coming for this soon. But now we should try to start this thing.
Yeah.
Kind of nervous.
And she starts.
I'm gonna do an engine bay shot. All right, so let's be honest. We did start this once already, so we knew it would start. But check it out, man. I think it would be cool to give it just one moment to hear it. The motor to us sounds very healthy.
Yeah, the motor sounds really good. It sounds like it idles well. The gauge cluster still doesn't work for some reason. We need to figure that out.
Yeah, dude, that is something, man.
Tachometer doesn't work and speedometer doesn't work.
No. Lights work, dude? She got lights? There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So on revs, you don't see anything, huh?
No.
Whoa.
See how it lights up though?
All right, got some lights.
So that's a clogged cat light, and then we have tail lights out.
So it's saying we have a tail light out and a clogged cat is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what this dude is?
Yeah, Andrew Medio. He told me what that was. I thought it was, looks like a Chevy logo. That's on fire. But yeah. She sounds good though. She sounds like freed up, so. She sounds way better than before, which is good.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. And also, you want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'll put it in drive. It shows drive here. It jerks to put it in drive, and then I let off the brake. Nothing happens. Then I rev it, and it barely moves. Like I'm revving. That should go like I should be darting through the shop right now.
Right. So yeah, we're trying to explain like. So it's in gear. We're adding throttle, and now it's not really going anywhere. Where previously we obviously drove it.
Yeah.
But we replaced the speed sensor and
The transmission pan.
the
We put the fluid back to where it needed to be, so I don't know.
Right. Oh, because the trans pan was leaking.
Yeah.
So we basically pulled the transmission pan, and then we cleaned it all up, and then we put it back together. And then Adrian did a full fluid flush and exchange, and then now we're trying to drive it, and it won't go anywhere.
Which is so weird. I don't get it. But and it doesn't sound like when we put it in drive too, it wouldn't rev high, or I think in neutral too, it wouldn't rev high. But now it's revving high and fast. See how it just like moves a little bit?
And that's in gear.
I'm in drive.
What about in 2 or low? Does it do anything different?
Let off everything, nothing. It moves a little bit easier. Yeah, it moves easier in low.
What about 2?
2 is like.
And our lights came back on.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna speak for myself on this one. Definitely been running LS's a lot of my life, and this is the first like Japan car I've ever had. So this is I'm reaching out to you guys. So what should we do? Like, what do you check from here? What are our ideas?
Get a 5-speed.
Right, we're trying to figure out like, so now is the clutch having issues? Was that maybe the issues the whole time? Like, maybe the car seemed to be in like a limp mode, but actually it was just clutch slipping?
Yeah, it's got to be. There's a disconnection between the motor and the trans. So there's something going on there. And it was slipping before, I think. And the previous owner was also saying that there was transmission issues, but we don't know what it is.
Right. Shit. We're kind of back to where our brains are turning and we're thinking. We feel like the motor obviously revs well, sounds balanced, sounds like the turbos work. We didn't talk about that, but
yeah, I pulled some of the exhaust side off to try and look into the turbos and see. There's no shaft play in either of them.
Right.
They look really good. Obviously, it's hitting boost really well. I did notice we don't have a MAF. I don't know if this car comes with a MAF or not, but since we have a HKS intake, there's nothing for a MAF sensor to go. And there's not a lot of diagnosis on this car itself. Mm-hmm. I know the 1JZ stuff's like in a bunch of different cars, but as far as the Mark II goes, there's not a lot of stuff out there to do research. So I've been digging into as many forums as I can. People are saying map sensor, things like that, because the car initially bogged a little bit.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't. So
right.
Now it's just
exactly, dude, exactly. So the car used to like almost feel like it was like in super limp mode, but it would run, like it would go to the store or whatever. But now it feels freed up on the motor side, but now it has like no drivetrain push. All right, cool. So me and Adrian are gonna go back to the drawing board on this one. Basically, any comments or anything that you guys could do to help us kind of maybe, you know, basically we're using social media and this platform to try to ask you guys for any advice or if you've been through this before. But pretty much, dude, she's stock, and we just replaced some fucking sensors and some shit like that to try to clear it up, and now we're just running into some new issues.
Yeah,
so.
It's like we fixed something and now something else is wrong. So I don't know what to do about it, especially with this dash.
Yep.
If you if you guys know anything about how to make the dash and the tack work, the dash itself works, but the tack and the speedometer side does not function. So I can't tell if this car is idling. It sounds like it's idling well, but I don't know where it is relative to RPMs.
Right.
Where that's idling at, if it's moving or anything.
Right.
So if you guys know something about how this can work or not work,
hit us
it would be
up.
appreciated.
Yeah, and then I think our game plan from here is to try to pull the dash apart and find the ECU. They mentioned stuff about the ECU.
Yeah, if you know where the ECU is on this thing too, I've pulled apart like the whole passenger side and under the driver's side, and I can't find it at all. People are saying it's like under a kick panel, and I've just looked and there's nothing there but frame. So.
All right, though. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to update you guys. Yeah, so this is kind of our update. We're still dialing this thing in. Thank you to Scott for the aesthetics. Thank you to Adrian and Brandon for cleaning up everything and making her not leak everywhere. But other than that, we still got some issues to figure out. So we'll leave you guys on this one, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Yep. Bye. Is that water? I hope it's water. Oh, thank God.
Okay, we're all right.
Oh my God.
What?
Look. That's part of your cat.
Whoa.